There are many dragons in the Bible, but the only one that is named is the dragon in the book of Revelation. The dragon's name isn't mentioned in the previous books of the Bible, but in Revelation 12:9 we learn that its name is Leviathan. In this video, we're going to look at who or what is Leviathan, what it does, and why it's important for us to know about it. Let's get into the word. The first thing we need to understand about the dragon is what it represents. Dragons in the Bible represent powers of darkness, and these powers attack God's people. The dragon is described as having 7 heads and 10 horns, and each head and horn represents a kingly power that tries to destroy the people of God. Now, when we look at the 7 heads, some people say that this represents the 7 churches that were in Asia Minor during the time of the writing of Revelation. However, I don't believe that that's correct. If you look at Revelation 17, where the same symbolism of heads and horns is used to describe another beast. It couldn't be the churches because it says that the beast rises out of the sea and the churches were in the land. Also, the number of heads would change every time a new church was planted. So that can't be right. And if you look at Revelation 13, it says that the beast has 7 heads and 10 horns. But later in Revelation 17, it says that it actually has 10 horns. So it couldn't be the churches because that number changes. So what does it mean? Well, let's look at Daniel chapter 7, verses 7, 8, and 20. Daniel had a vision of 4 great beasts coming up out of the sea, representing 4 kingdoms. Then he saw an 8th beast, which was very different from the first 4. It had 10 horns. And as I watched, its 10 horns became 7. So the 10 horns represent 10 kings or kingdoms, and the 7 heads represent 7 kings or kingdoms that came before it. So the dragon represents all the powers of darkness that have risen against God and his people throughout history. And so the fact that the dragon has 10 horns and 7 heads means that there are 10 or 7 great powers of darkness that have attacked God's people throughout history. Now, what did the dragon do? Well, it tried to devour the child as soon as it was born. The child represents Jesus Christ. And this tells us that from the time of Jesus' birth, Satan and his demons have been attacking him and his followers. The dragon also shoots water out of its mouth like a flood to try to wash away the child, and this represents the attacks of Satan and his demons against the people of God. But notice what happens next. The dragon is cast out of heaven along with his demons. This tells us that all the attacks of the dragon and his demons against God's people will eventually fail. They will be defeated, and one day they will be cast into the lake of fire, where they will never have the opportunity to attack God's people again. If you want to know more about the attacks of the dragon and how you can overcome them, check out the video on the screen now. Hey, thanks for watching. Remember, stay in the Word.